Hi, Tinson.
Hi, Marshanda.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I am dandy. Hi, folks.
Hi, everyone.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. So here we are. We are the president of the Lowell Philharmonic, and I'm the new conductor of the Lowell Philharmonic. And we're just sitting down and having tea with M&T.
Yeah.
So we are thinking about doing kind of a concert series, telling about what's going on with LPO and looking at some composers and the pieces that we're doing. But this first little snippet is just going to be short, just to wet your whistle. And so we're here in Mill Number 5 at the, what is the name of this?
Coffee and
Cotton. Coffee and Cotton is the name of the coffee house. We will get that correct next time we're here. So we're gonna these videos are gonna be lots of laughs, some spoofs. So bear with us, but also know that we are human and we are kind of giggly. It is early in the morning.
Yes.
So let's dive right in. Tinson.
Yes, Marshanda. Cheers to you.
Cheers, indeed. What kind of tea is that?
This is a lemon berry tea. We got some elderberry, some lemon, hibiscus. We got that rosy berry flavor.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
Well, I have a Thai latte, and it's just kind of like an orange in my marshmallow shirt here, and it's very latte-ish, and my husband is laughing at me, but that's okay. Okay.
It's a beautiful color.
It's a beautiful color, yes it is. And it's frothy and it's sweet, but not too sweet, just like how I like it. So, Tinson, the new president of the Lowell Philharmonic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How did you get here?
Yes, so I had never heard of the LPO. I've always grown up in Lowell, and
we gotta fix that. We have to fix that.
And it has. We've been growing our base, but yeah, for the past 20 years, until I went to college, like I've never heard of the LPO before. Then after graduating from undergrad, I came back up and searched on Google, and that was when I heard about the LPO.
In your own town?
In my own town, yes. I didn't know there was an orchestra. I didn't know it was a community orchestra. You can just come on in and play. And so I decided after graduation that I would come and join the LPO.
That's awesome. So you've been a member of the LPO since 2019. 2019. Okay.
5 years.
Congratulations. Is there like a certain stone for 5-year anniversary?
You know, that'd be nice. We might need to design that for our
5-year anniversary. A stone. It's like, I think there's the emerald and the diamond for the 50th anniversary or something like that. So we're gonna have to look that up.
Yes.
Okay. So you came in for 5 years ago, and Thomas Cosiella, he was the conductor at the time. Hi, Thomas, if you're watching this. And you came into the first violin section, second violin section.
Yes.
Did you want to be a part of the board, or you just wanted to kind of come in and feel your way first?
Yeah, so initially I performed under the first violin section.
Oh, okay.
And it was wonderful. I started playing, and then 2020 hit. And that was the year when COVID struck.
Yeah.
And we were not able to hold in-person concerts.
Yeah.
But we as an organization did so many things under Thomas's direction.
Yeah, you did.
Which really held us afloat and really amplified us as an organization.
Yeah.
That's when I transitioned to second violin principal.
Okay.
And then from there, to everything that happened in 2020, I figured, why not help serve more in my community?
And in the capacity that you have. So we'll put a pin in that for a later video. I like what you said. How can I serve with my skills? How can I be more of a service to the community? So that's going to be a later video because I love that idea. How to be of service. How can you be of service to your community? So that's awesome. I know during the COVID era, LPO, because I was looking, I was watching what you all were doing. It was, you all did so many great things online, and I know even other conductors were reaching out to Thomas. So he did amazing things, but also the orchestra were doing amazing things, helping. One of the concerts that I really enjoyed seeing online was the one for the first responders.
Oh yes, the More Than Self
Yeah.
virtual video,
Yeah.
where Thomas literally had us videotape ourselves, and then we sent him all the photos and videos, and he stitched them all together, and that was really incredible for him to do.
It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, but the output of it was really poignant. It was really nice, and I was happy to see that the Louisville Philharmonic was doing something during COVID when all other orchestras were trying to figure out what to do. You all figured out how to still play music in the capacity that you were allowed to do and keep moving forward. So I have to just congratulate the organization on doing that, on continuing to verb. LPO was continuing to move during COVID times when other orchestras were trying to figure out how to just still move in the capacity when we're all on lockdown in some spot.
Yeah, and speaking of moving forward, like with our organization, like here we have our new conductor, but sources tell me you are not new to the LPO.
I am not new.
Well, please tell. Please tell.
So, as we all know, Thomas Cosiella, he was the former conductor of the LPO. I actually auditioned for the LPO alongside Thomas.
What?
When the LPO was looking for a new conductor over 5 years ago, I was in the running.
Okay.
And so I actually did, for everybody who don't know, when a conductor is auditioning to be the next conductor, they do a concert cycle, which means the conductor does all the rehearsals leading up to a concert. So I had 8 rehearsals with the LPO and then a concert. And I was chosen out of everybody else. And actually, my application was the last application before the deadline because I didn't know there was an orchestra in Louisville. I was still living in the Beverly area, and I didn't know there was an orchestra looking for a conductor. And a friend of mine said, Marshonda, do you know about this? They sent it to me via email. And I said, no, I don't. And I have 12 hours to get in. Oh my gosh. And I think I actually got my application in at like 12:30 a.m., 30 minutes past the deadline. And I sent in all the required materials. I said, I know that this is late. It's 30 minutes late. And yet I just found this out over 12 hours ago. So I understand if you don't receive it because it's past the deadline, you have your rules and you have to have I get it. But here I am. They chose me to be one of the conductors for that concert cycle. And so I came in and I performed the Pirates and Princesses concert, and that was really fun.
That sounds awesome.
It was so awesome. It was so awesome. And so the Louisville Philharmonic Orchestra, they got to know me a little bit in my little quirks and how I rehearse and how I speak to the audience, how I speak to them. And I wasn't chosen, and I wasn't mad. Because every organization, actually every body, as in a whole organization, has to choose what's good for them. And I did hear that it was a tight decision. It was half the orchestra it was like, Thomas has great things, Marshonda has great things. But in the end, they chose Thomas. And I'm like, that's totally fine. I wasn't mad. Thomas is a really great guy, and so he deserved it, and he did wonderful things for LPO during COVID. So no ill will. I don't put my ego in things.
And now you're back.
And now I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yes. So it was in the summer. I was up in New York teaching some teachers because I'm a Waldorf teacher as well. And I was coming out of New York, and I got received an email from, I think it was either Bonnie or Diane, and they said, "Hey, we're looking for, Thomas is leaving, and we thought of you, and would you like to give this a go again?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I already know the orchestra," and because during when Thomas was conductor, every now and then he couldn't make the rehearsals, and so he just asked me to step in and substitute for him. I said, "Sure, why not? I already know the orchestra. It's a lovely group of people. Sure, I've worked with them." So I was asked that last summer, sent in all my information, and then I had a quick, since the orchestra already knew me, I had a quick audition interview process, and it went back to the board after my interview, and it was unanimously, everybody chose me, and here I am.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Thank you. That deserves.
Yes.
Yes. Cheers. And so here I am. And I stepped in, we did the Christmas concert, the holiday concert in December. What's coming up next week, March 16th, 2 p.m. at Fusion Church on Mount St. Hope Street.
Yes. Mount Hope Street.
Yes, Visions Unleashed. Visions Unleashed. So what do we have on that program?
Yes, so we have 5 pieces. One of them, which William Gay, our concerto competition winner, will be performing. Last week, he came to one of our rehearsals, and the musicians, including myself, have not heard him perform. So when he just tickled the ivories for the first time, we all just did a collective gasp. We're like, wow. Like, really true musicianship and really collaborative between like him and the orchestra and you, Marshanda.
Yes.
So that was incredible. So we have 5 pieces. We also have a symphony written by
Charles Turner, a personal friend of mine. When I received this appointment, he instantly started researching all of the history on Lowell, because he is a composer that things just come out of his hands. And he wrote a Lowell symphony for the Lowell Philharmonic. And it goes through the creation of the mills, it goes through the kind of the dying of the mills, and then the mill girls, the Cambodian influence. So he did so much research on this piece. There's even some little snippets of like, okay, these are the 2 rivers that are coming together. So he's I really enjoy working with Charles whenever I'm doing other things and I want a certain something with a piece. I'll say, Charles, I want a 10-minute piece that sounds like Britten in this part and Beethoven here and this right here, and I have like lots of brass and I need a brass chorale and I want some stringy things right there, and I want it to sound great and yet approachable, and I want the musicians to be able to play it. He's like, okay. Like 3 days later, he'll come out with something, and it's so charming. So I've performed a lot of his pieces. So that's the world premiere. And another thing is Carnival of the Animals. Now, for you classical buffs that know about Carnival of the Animals, Carnival of the Animals, originally written by Camille Saint-Saëns, is for chamber orchestra. 2 grand pianos, strings, a little bit of percussion, and a few woodwinds. So it's a small chamber orchestra. You will know pieces like The Swan, that is usually played on the cello, famous cello solo. We have The Elephant, which is a bass solo, and lots of other things from the original, but I commissioned it with another composer friend, Jacob Mashik, to make it very inclusive of all the instruments. So Jacob, because we're all about inclusivity here, we want everybody to come as you are. I asked Jacob, write the Carnival of Animals, but expand it for all the different types of orchestral animals, all the different types of orchestral instruments. And he did just that. Wow. So that's going to be a world premiere, world premiere. So that's premiered as well. We also have our string plan.
Yes, we have about 10 students from around the greater Lowell area that will be coming to perform one piece with us, Visions of the Sky.
Visions of the Sky.
And yeah, we are looking forward to having them perform with us, with our LPO musicians. And
a little bit about that. Why does it Lowell Philharmonic have a string plan? What is the goal of having younger musicians play with us?
yeah, well, I feel like it went hand in hand with our concerto competition winner. We saw that this competition was to amplify young artists.
Absolutely.
And we want to empower them to continue using their musical skills. And so with that, I believe branched off into seeking more opportunities for students.
And community outreach, like you said beforehand, you are from this area and you didn't know about an orchestra. So having a string plan, the kids will now know, oh, there's an orchestra in my hometown. I played with them when I was young. Hey, let me go back and play with them when I'm a little bit older. So that's the community engagement and the outreach to bring in people to just, hey, there is a community orchestra here that we can play. So that's the string plan. I feel like we're forgetting one piece.
Let's see, we have our Grant Still piece. Yes. So,
Yes.
yeah, would you like to speak about that a little bit?
William Grant Still, an African-American composer. He is deceased. His works are luscious and great, and I actually had the opportunity of speaking with his daughter, who lives in Arizona. She's still alive, and they hold a lot of his music. So this William Grant Still piece, it's called Serenade for Orchestra, and it's a lovely tribute to anything you want to serenade. We're actually dedicating this piece to someone, and hopefully that someone will be at the orchestra. We will reveal that the day of, but us playing this will be dedicated to somebody who has served the LPO in a way that was needed, and we are going to thank this person and dedicate our playing of this piece to this person.
Yes. We also got some free raffles for our kids.
Yes.
And got stickers, so come on out. We also have a photo booth, lots of fun things.
So our concert, you should just come out, experience the Lowell Philharmonic, your community orchestra. Come experience the laughter, the joy, the music, because it's going to move you. Come as you are. You don't have to get dressed up. Please wear shoes. It's kind of cold outside. Please wear clothes. Please wear clothes. But just come and just have a moment to just be entertained by your community's orchestra.
Yes, and please feel free to say hi to either of us, any of our musicians. Like they would love to see you.
Yeah, we're not closed off. If you want to ask us a question, or if you see one of the instrumentalists milling about, like if you're possibly interested in a clarinet, playing the clarinet, and one of the clarinets are walking around, don't be afraid to just ask them, what is that? How do you play it? Because if you're interested in that instrument, we want to be the orchestra that says, hey, yeah, let me tell you a little bit about that. Because you may not get that opportunity. Don't be afraid to ask. We want you to ask us. We want to be available for you, okay? So, I'm almost finished with my tea.
Me too. Now, speaking of which, let's see, what is something that you are looking forward to with the LPO?
I'm looking forward to, well, obviously growing the awareness of the LPO, because the LPO is 120 years old.
Yes. 1903.
Ooh. It's been a minute. It has some age. So I'm looking forward to growing the awareness of LPO, but I'm also wanting to. I want to bring more than just classical music.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I want to bring the kids in. Yes, I want to collaborate with other organizations outside and inside Lowell. I would love for the Lowell Philharmonic to be a mecca of arts in the Merrimack Valley.
Yeah.
Be the central mecca, bringing in people, going out, doing outreach.
Mm-hmm.
And when people want to do something musical, they're one of the top 3 or 5 people on their list is reach out to the LPO.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we want to do this event. Reach out to the LPO.
Mm.
And it will hire us for this, or hire little chamber orchestras for this. Really, bringing out our awareness to the community. It's been here for 100 years. Let's do another 120.
Yeah.
At least,
Yes.
at least. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and I'm also looking forward to getting to know all the musicians in the orchestra, and having tea with them or coffee, whatever your flavor is, and really, I want to be the instrumentalist's conductor. I want to play not only what they would love to play, but I want us to move together and really, as musicians, play things and be in the music, because we chose our instruments because it called us in some type of way.
That's true.
It called us in some type of way, and I want to meet that need for musicians. I want to meet that need in the most healing way for us as musicians. So we can be like, yes, I played this and I felt really good about this, or I did this really hard piece, but I really feel great about it. That was a hurdle for me, but we did it collectively together as a community, as an organization. So
I love that.
yeah, connecting that in a way, that's what I would like for LPO and beyond.
Yeah.
So what about you?
For me, the LPO is community orchestra, and so I want to emphasize both of those things. One, for community, to continue to collaborate with other organizations in our great city of Lowell, to be able to invite our youth, to introduce them to orchestra music, to be able to have that shared experience between generations.
Which is very important.
And then for orchestra, like you said, to be able to amplify orchestral music. Some people, it's not their jam, but because they haven't heard it before. So please let us be one of those orchestras for you.
Let us be your vehicle and your guide to classical music.
Yes.
We
welcome you.
We welcome you. So I think that's going to wrap it up for our first session. We're going to figure out a good name for it. If you have some suggestions, please put it in the comments. And hopefully you've enjoyed just this little snippet of a little tea time with M&T, talking about the LPO. We will want to do some things talking about other programs and collaborations, and we'll just see what organically comes out of our tea time and other videos. But
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. So thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye. Yay! Yay!